Bye, Mr. Starter Motor. Thank you for serving your purpose. Sayonara. Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Today I'm changing the starter motor on my Toyota Yaris T Sport. It's a 1.5 litre petrol, and for a while now I've been hitting this thing constantly to get it started and I've had enough. So what I've been doing is, there's the starter motor right there, and I've been hitting it on that edge right there. You can see on the end, not on the electrical solenoid part there. I've been whacking it on there with that, and I've had enough. So I've got a genuine brand new Way. I've never heard of that brand. Way. Yeah, I've got a brand new starter motor. We're going to be fitting it, and it looks like there's only 2 bolts there, as you can see. That's where it hooks onto the flywheel, and then 2 connectors, one there and one there. So the first thing we want to do is put it on the ramp so that we can get access to the bottom bolt and maybe even the plugs. It might be easier to access from the bottom. So let me get it on the ramps now. Now that the vehicle's safely up in the air, we need to disconnect the negative terminal on the battery, just so we don't short anything out, because we will be working on the electrical system. So just loosen that bolt, 10mm, and then pop it off and tuck it away safe. So the next thing we need to do is we need to get off this plastic cover here, which supplies the live feed to the starter motor solenoid, or the starter motor itself. So in order to do that, you can see there's 2 tabs, one there, one there. We're just going to pop them off and open the clip. Okay, so now I'm just going to take these plastic tabs off. Gently clip them off like that. And then this should just slide up like that. Okay, so once you've taken the plastic housing or cover off, it will expose a 12mm nut that you need to get off. So we'll just turn that off. Shouldn't be too tight. Take it off by hand. Don't drop it. Just put that up here, somewhere safe. And then this terminal should just pull off. That's one off. Now the next one is this single signal wire. Okay, so I couldn't really film it because there weren't a lot of space, but all you need to do is just push this bit down on top and then pull out, and it's just got like a small tab. So now all that's left is 2 bolts. I'm just going to go underneath. One of the bolts is right there. I believe it's a 14mm, and the other bolt is at top. So let's remove this one first. Sorry if the light's not amazing, but it's just right here. It is a 14mm. I cracked it. This has been off recently because I had a new clutch installed, so, and some new drive shaft seals, but one side is still leaking. But yeah, that's coming out by hand now. Hand tight. Thread it all the way out. Again, this is a 14mm bolt. I think the last one's going to be a bit trickier, to be honest. It's quite a long bolt. Right, there it is. We've got that bolt out there. 14mm. Right guys, so the last bolt is right there. Right there. How are we getting at that? I don't know, man, there's no space. So you can see it now, so it's right on top of the slave cylinder there. So because this one's tricky to get to, what I've had to do is put my extension on there so that I can go underneath, put my ratchet on, and then get it off that way. So let's go underneath. Right, so as you can see, there's my extension. I haven't got a lot of space to work here, so I'd have to try and get it on there somehow. without knocking it off. Right, I've got it on. Let's see if I can turn it. Oh my god, that's tight. Right, so I'm going to try and use this 1/2" ratchet because it'll have more torque, but it's a lot bigger. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get it in there. Okay, so the 1/2" ratchet made pretty light work of it. Now it is coming loose, and the starter motor will likely drop on me soon. Let's go from the top. Right, so this bolt is literally hand tight now, so I'm just going to loosen it by hand. Sorry, you can't really see too well, but there we go. The starter motor is going to fall any second, I think. Might have to use 2 hands and hold it. Bear with me, guys. I think I've cut my head. Can you guys have a look? You see any cuts on my head? Guess what did it, man? This stupid cable tie. Look, the end is sharp and it cut my head off. Cut my head open. Right, so it's a bit of a bodge, but I've put you down there with the camera. I'm holding the starter from one side and then I'm doing the bolt from the other side. Don't know how well you can see, or if you can just see me head. It is out. The bolt's out. And the starter motor's out as well. These bolts are exactly the same, so don't worry about getting them mixed up. Same length, same pitch, same everything. Now all that's left is to fish this guy out. There we go. Don't know if it'll come out from the top or from the bottom. Let's take it from the bottom. We can have more space. There she is. Move the hose out of the way. Get out of there, baby. There she is. This is a Toyota Yaris 1.5 litre starter motor. I'm sure the other Yarises use the same starter. So like the 1.3 litre, maybe even the 1 litre. Original Toyota Denso, I think. And as you can see, it's seen better days. Toyota Denso, there's the part number. And that's it. Let's have a look in there. All the teeth are there. This spins way more freely than the brand new one. And the terminals, look how corroded they are. I mean, that could even be the cause of the issue, to be honest. If it's not able to always supply, but I guess then it would either work or not work. But anyway, the old one's off. Let's get the new one on. Before we do fit them, it's always best to just make sure that they are the same. Got the same connector, same shape, same size. They look good to me. Right, so if you think about it, this is probably the original starter motor, which was in the car 22 years ago. It's 2025. This is the 2003. So this has been cranking the engine over for 22 years, if you can believe that. So I'm not surprised it's had enough. In the bin you go, mate. Let's get this one in. First thing we want to do is just take this nut off, make our lives easier. And this one we're just going to feed up. In fact, look, we didn't even look at the flywheel. Where's me light? It's the inside of the gearbox. Flywheel's right there. So yeah, let's get it up there. May need 2 hands to get this stupid hose out of the way, but let's see if we can just squeeze it past it. So I've pretty much got it there. Just need to push it in all the way. I'll do it from the top. I think it might be a bit easier. Oh yeah, I'll go from the top. There she is. Ride all the way home. You're in my YouTube video.
I don't want to be in your YouTube video.
Thanks so much.
I just bought you a tea.
Thank you, you're amazing.
You're so welcome. Goodbye.
Thanks. Right, so Amy kindly bought me a cup of tea. Starter motor's almost in. Just need to guide it home and get the right orientation. And I think think the cables might be in the way. Right, they're out of the way now. And the starter. I'm just trying to guide it home. Oh, are we in? Are we in? Almost. Just need to lift it up, push it in a bit. It's so hard to film in like really tight spaces. Underneath we go again. Oh, we're basically in. Look at that. Line the bolt hole up. And turn it a wee bit. Whoops, I think I turned it a bit too much. Yes, I did. There's a slight gap there, can you see it? I need to get that seated properly. Right, so one thing we didn't do was take this breather, what do you call it? Rubber grommet off of this old one. So I've just taken it off, but when I took it off, the plastic, that insert that went in here kind of broke. So I think I need to get this in here. I don't know if this is needed, and that looks too big to be honest. So can we reuse this one? One of the tabs is broken off. I did just pull this out. This was already in here. I did pull it out, but let's try and get that in there. Or do I? I don't know, man. Let's do it. Do it how it was. It's obviously there for a reason. Just trying to squeeze it into that hole. I've got part of it in. Just need to. Okay. That's in. That's how it was. So I just need to push that into the end of our new start motor. And this is what I'm talking about here, this hole. So there was a cap in it. As I say, it's probably just going to fall out. It doesn't make sense. Might have to do it once it's seated properly, but there is a gap that I need to get rid of. Let's try and thread this in a bit. See if it will help us guide it in. Or hold it in, at least. I'm not even doing anything. Just laying in dirt now. I think that's going. I don't know. Oh, that rubber grommet just come out. Oh, that was it. Okay. I think we're winning. It's so fiddly, you don't realise, like, when you're under it. Right, that's going in now. As you can see, almost there. Slide on as well. Right, so the bolt's almost in. It's almost home. That's going to hold it from the bottom at least. Okie pokey. Let's tighten that one up. Okay, so we've got 14mm on there. And I'm just going to tighten it up and see if it comes home. That's almost there. Yes, sir. Oh, I know what that rubber grommet is. I think it's a vent for heat, if I'm not mistaken. Right, now we just need to get the awkward bolt down there on. There's two ways I could do this. I could either try and get my hand down there, which I might be able to, because you can see it there. Right, that's in. There we go. Threading it by hand. Sorry for the bad view, but it's like impossible to see anything. It's just such limited space. Right, I'm on it. As you can see there. Right, so the bolt is almost home. So I'm just going to enjoy some tea quickly. Thank you, Amy. Mark. What I've had to do is I've had to loosen the lower bolt so that I can move the starter motor around enough, because the top bolt wasn't lining up properly. So before tightening anything, just make sure that you can get both bolts in and then tighten up. Smarty pants. Alright guys, so I'm just tightening the top bolt from underneath because it's easier to get onto, and it doesn't have to be mega tight, but that's tight enough. And then I'm just going to tighten this one here. but I'm going to take my extension off. Okay, it's all squared up. Like I say, it doesn't need to be mega tight or anything. I just want it secure so it's not going to fall off. That's tight. Just one last check from the top. Make sure this top one's tight, and then we can get the plugs on. It is a really fiddly job. It's not difficult. It's obviously hard when you're trying to film it. That's on. Oh, that's tight enough. Okay, so last but not least, we need to get the plugs on. Okay, so last thing we've got is the signal wire, which just pushes into place like that. I heard that click. Right, so once you've got the mounting bolts on for the starter motor and it's nice and secure, you've connected the signal wire up, which is that black wire there, just pushes in. You're then left with the battery wire, or the positive, to the starter motor. You need to get it on like I have here, so that the tab bits are facing like that. Push it on, but don't close the back cover yet, because you've got to get the nut on, and you need it to be closed by the back cover there. See that back cover right there? So once you've got this nut on, then you can close the back cover, and that just protects the nut. My 13mm, this one's a 13mm. The original was 12mm. That's nice and tight. Now we can close the back cover, can we? No, we can't, because I know why. This thread is a lot longer. Oh, we can, but it's going to be like that. It is what it is. It's a lot longer than the factory one. It's not a big deal, because, like I say, I've just closed it up and it is touching it like that. The only other thing I could do is put a couple of washers on there. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter. It just kind of protects it and stops it from corroding, I guess. But I think that's good. At this point, I'm not worried about having that cover on. So now what we need to do is connect the battery back up, like so. It's a 10mm for the nut here. Get the 10mm on there, like that. Which is nice and tight. That'll do, not too tight. And then we can start it. Let's see if it's going to start. Bismillah. Wow! Now the reason I said wow is because this car has never ever started that quick before, like never. I mean, if I do it again. Now that sounds like a healthy starter, if I ever heard one. Again. Oh, I'm so happy, man. I don't have to hit my starter motor anymore to get the car started. Well guys, it's late. Sun's starting to set. Car's working perfectly. Starting really nicely now. I'd say that is a job well done. So before I end the video, I'm quite a perfectionist and I didn't like the way that back cover wasn't closing. So what I've done is I've put a bolt against the back of the starter positive terminal here. I'm going to tighten this up. And I'm basically using this as a washer. So I'll tighten that all the way down. And then get this on. Okay. And then once I get the other nut on, I should be able to close. So I've got this as well now. Yeah, I basically just used it as a spacer. So like that. And when that tightens on, yeah, I should be able to close the back cover. Things like that bug me. It's because the thread was just too long. Let's see if that works. Okie pokie. Okay. It's not pretty, but it's on. And the cover's on as well. It's not mega tight or anything, but should still work. Let's try it. Always remember to take the battery off when you're working on electrics. Now let's test it. Perfecto! So now the cover can close. That's good. So now it's all bolted in. Is this thing needed? I think it's just a kind of vent. If I push it in there. Yeah. If I can. With the very little space that I have. It's just falling out. Do I need it? I mean, there's a hole there as well, so I'm just going to plug it with what it came with, which is this thing here. Just plug it in. It's so tight, man, that excess. Got my gloves in the way. I shouldn't have worn gloves. I'm doing fiddly things. Oh my god. Oh my god, man. Oh, send. Okay, I'll leave it like that. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Please comment down below if you've got any suggestions. Please share the video to your friends and family, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future.